Can you believe this, Snow?
Wow, Lou, that blizzard last night was really something. You've been shoveling for 2 hours.
And I'm not done yet. I tell you, Beth, sometimes I wonder why my great-granddaddy ever decided to settle in Wisconsin. He must have been crazy.
I was just listening to the weather report. It's supposed to quit snowing and clear off tonight.
Oh, good deal.
Then the temperature's going to drop to 15 below.
Bad deal.
Why don't you take a break? Get out of that coat. I'll pour you a cup of coffee. You can read the morning newspaper.
Oh, thanks, Beth. That sounds nice.
There you go. Anything interesting in the paper this morning, Lou?
Well, I don't know about that, but I see some interesting things that aren't in the paper.
Oh, what do you mean?
Have you by any chance been clipping coupons again?
Oh, you didn't seem to mind before. There are some really good sales this time of the year. Would you like me to scotch tape those coupons back in the paper for you so you can see what you're missing?
No, it's probably just more stories about the snow and the cold.
Oh, poor dear.
Hey, Lou, aren't you going to finish shoveling your walk?
Well, if it isn't our next door neighbor, Ernie Straw. I'm just taking a coffee break, Ernie. I suppose your front walk is all cleared off?
Nah, I haven't started yet. I want to pull some snow off the roof first. I came over to borrow back my ladder.
What do you mean, borrow back your ladder? That's my ladder. You're the one who borrowed it. It's over at your house.
Cup of coffee, Ernie?
Yeah, sounds great. Sounds great, Beth.
You know, Ernie, I think Lou is right. I think you did borrow that ladder from us. But Lou, didn't you borrow it from Joe Swanson in the first place?
Hey, that's right. And then I loaned Joe's ladder to Ernie.
Yeah, I remember now. But then Joe borrowed it from me because he couldn't remember who he loaned his to.
So Joe's ladder is back at his house, right where it belongs. He just doesn't know it belongs there.
That's crazy.
Not as crazy as things have been for you and me at the office this past year. We've been working like fools, spring, summer, fall, and winter.
Last year, the old man said, no vacations for anybody until business gets better.
Has anyone seen my wandering husband? Oh, there you are, Ernie.
Come on in, Joanne. Come and join us. We're just talking about the boss and how he never gives us any vacation.
I hate that. You boys just work, work, work.
With no time off. And you know what they say, all work and no play.
Makes Jack a dull boy.
And Lou and Ernie, too.
You said it, Joanne.
Ain't that the truth? I sure wish we could do something about it.
Well, it just so happens I already did.
Did what?
I did something about it.
Well, Lou, what did you do?
Yeah, Lou, we want to know.
I went to the boss and I told him Ernie and I were overdue for a vacation.
Brave man. And what did the old man say?
He said he'd give us 2 weeks off with pay.
Outstanding.
It's quite possibly that he's messing with us, but we have an opportunity to take the best vacation we've ever had.
Boy, a 2-week vacation in January, what can you do?
Yeah, what can anybody do this time of year besides shovel snow?
Yeah, on the frozen tundra.
We're gonna leave the snow and cold behind and go south.
As in south where it's warm?
As in south, where we can bask in the sunshine by the ocean.
Lou, you better not be kidding around.
What exactly are you talking about?
We're talking about Florida.
Florida!
Here, take a look at this brochure.
Lou, this ocean resort looks beautiful. It looks pretty expensive to stay there.
Look, you can pick oranges right off the trees.
Just think how great it would feel to relax on that sandy beach.
But Lou, could we really afford a vacation there?
Oh, by the way, did I mention this? Along with a 2-week vacation with pay, the boss is giving us each a cash bonus. Here's yours, Ernie.
Oh boy. I must be dreaming. It's $1,000. I didn't know the old man had it in him.
So, are we all in agreement? Should I book the resort?
Book it.
Hot diggity dog! But how will we get there?
Well, we'll drive.
Our old Studebaker would never make it to Florida.
Oh, our 59 Plymouth is just 4 years old with plenty of good miles left in her.
With those big tail fins, she could probably fly us down to Florida.
Oh, that's all right. We'll settle for a nice, safe road trip.
Since we'll be taking your car, we'll pay for the gas.
Are you sure? Gas went up to 29 cents a gallon this month.
Your car, our gas, it's only fair. The other expenses will split even Steven.
Okay, well, we better get moving. The sooner we get packed, the sooner we can hit the road.
Somebody pinch me. I can't believe we're going to be snowbirds.
Up in the Northland, the winter snow just keeps on falling, and this we know.
The temperature falls out of sight, far below zero overnight, sets us to dreaming of a place we can go.
Living like the snowbirds, like those always on the go birds. It feels like heaven playing in the sun, having fun, come along. Living like the snowbirds, to describe it there are no words. We're gonna meet 'em where the sun is strong, all day long, sing a snowbird song. The beach is calling, the Gulf Stream breeze is gently blowing through tall palm trees.
And then together, hand in hand, we will explore the golden sand, walk by the ocean, stay as long as we please.
Living like the snowbirds, like those always on the go birds. It feels like heaven playing in the sun, having fun, come along. Living like the snowbirds, to describe it there are no words. We're gonna meet 'em where the sun is strong, all day long, sing a snowbird song. Living the good life, a dream come true. Tropical heaven for me and you. Up north the snow is drifting high, the wind blows cold and that is why
So, have y'all decided what you'd like to have? Well, personally, I'd like to have something tall, dark, and handsome.
Sally Lou, shame on you.
Oh, Betty Lou, don't worry. There's nothing like that on our menu. Oh, but don't we wish? Iris, you are such a pill. You are too, Audrey Lou. Well, maybe I'll just give y'all a little more time to think about it. That's all right, Lillian. Just bring us some more coffee, please. We're going to hold a library club meeting. We have some business to discuss.
And I know exactly the kind of business you're talking about, Sally Lou. Those new books the librarian's been putting on the shelves. Every single one of them's on the banned books list.
How do you know that, Betty Lou? Betty Lou knows because she's read every single one of them. Every single one of them?
Every page. I just wanted to find out why they're on the banned books list.
And what did you decide?
They are the best books I've ever read.
Good for you, Betty Lou. We must be the most unusual library club in the whole state of Georgia. And that's the way we like it.
Well, Mr. Shortcut, let's hope somebody in here can give us directions back to the highway.
How was I supposed to know that bridge was washed out? That detour messed up everything.
Well, if you just follow the detour signs.
That detour had us driving in circles. That little dirt road I took looked like a direct shot back to the highway.
Until that little dirt road petered out at the gas pumps in front of this diner.
I love the sign out front. Eat here and get gas.
Hey, Beth, why don't you go ask those nice ladies if they can give us directions back to the highway?
Please pardon us for intruding, ladies. My name is Beth Ralston.
Well, pleased to make your acquaintance, Beth. My name is Sally Lou.
I'm Betty Lou.
And I'm Audrey Lou.
Oh, and this is my husband.
Lou.
The thing is, we're lost. We're headed for a vacation in Florida, but the highway bridge was out, and we had to take the detour, and my husband, Lou, took the dirt road.
That looked like a shortcut.
But it wasn't. Anyway, we ended up here.
I'm afraid you're asking the wrong ladies.
None of us drive.
So we rarely get out of town. And when we do, someone else is driving. So we never pay attention to the turns. Sorry.
Well, thanks anyway. Maybe someone else can give us directions.
Would y'all care to sit down and have a little bite to eat?
Oh, we're not hungry, but some coffee sure sounds nice.
Did I overhear you say you're on your way to Florida? That sounds just wonderful.
You never been there?
I know. It's right next door. But I spent my whole life right here in this small town.
So you probably can't tell us how to get back to the highway.
Oh, I'm afraid not. How about you, Iris? Nope, this diner is the furthest I ever get from my house. I'll get some coffee. But don't you worry. The sheriff stops by every afternoon for a donut. He'll be able to get you there for sure. Let me know if you need anything else.
Lou, did you hear what the cook said about the sheriff coming?
Yeah, I heard.
Well, I hope it's not that same sheriff that gave you that speeding ticket this morning.
He said if he ever catches us in his county again, he'll throw us in the pokey.
Oh, don't worry. I think he was just having a little fun with us northerners. Didn't you notice how he smiled when he said it?
That smile looked kind of evil to me. What do you think, Beth?
All I know is he was definitely running a speed trap to catch tourists. I mean, there were cars passing us left and right.
And everyone had Georgia license plates. As soon as he saw our Wisconsin plates, he turned on his siren.
We must be in another county by now. This will probably be a different sheriff.
Oh, look, a nice farm couple just came in. Maybe they can give us directions to get back on the road before any sheriff gets here.
Oh, okay. I'll give him a try. Hello. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I'm afraid I've gotten myself lost.
Uh-huh.
And I was hoping you could help me out a little. So, do you folks have a farm around here?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's great. Then you can give me directions back to the highway. I see. Well, just out of curiosity, let's try another line of questioning. What do you folks raise on your farm?
Cows?
I see. So you...
Chickens.
Oh, well, that's good. So I guess you...
Pigs?
I think I'll just...
Ducks.
Sheep?
Goats.
How'd it go, Lou?
They didn't seem to know much of anything.
Yeah, but we ain't lost. Get it, Lou? But they ain't lost.
Please tell me you get it, Lou.
I get it. And it doesn't cheer me up one bit. The only thing that could make me feel any worse right now is if that backwoods sheriff would show up. You know, the one that gave me the speeding ticket? You know, on second thought, I'd like to have him come walking in right now. And he's here right now, isn't he? And he's standing right behind me, isn't he? Then I'd shake his hand and I'd say, thank you for doing your duty and keeping the road safe for all of us.
Oh, y'all are very welcome.
As you know, from my driver's license, my name is Lou Ralston. And this is my wife, Beth, and our friends, Joanne and Ernie Straw. And I should know your name too, but I couldn't quite make out your signature on my speeding ticket. Sheriff
Lockdown.
Oh, no, Sheriff, not the pokey. I was just...
Sheriff Lockdown.
Oh, Sheriff Lockdown. That's a good one, Lou. You thought he meant...
That's my name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sheriff. Lockdown?
Ernie, you better stay out of this and let Lou talk to Sheriff Lockdown.
Sheriff, I apologize for my wife and friends. But you see... But we need to ask you a favor. You see, we're lost.
Well, imagine that.
And we've asked everyone here, but no one seems to know how to get back to the highway.
Well, folks around here mostly stick to the back roads. The highway is full of crazy Yankee drivers.
Well, we deserve it. Go ahead and rub it in. But my friends and I left behind 4 feet of snow and sub-zero temperatures to take the only vacation we've had in nearly 2 years. A dream vacation in the sunny Southland.
The sunny Southland.
Snowbirds come home, all they can talk about is your wonderful southern hospitality.
Wonderful southern hospitality.
So what do you say, Sheriff Lockdown? Could you please give us directions back to the highway so we can get to Florida for our vacation?
Of course, I'd be happy to help you out. Where was you headed before you hit the detour? The East Coast or the West Coast?
Oh, we didn't want to go to New York or California.
Oh, that's rich. This really is your first time down south, ain't it? I was talking about the east and west coasts of Florida. Was you headed east to the Atlantic side or west to the Gulf side?
I get it now. We were going to the Atlantic side, the East Coast. We have a hotel booked at Cocoa Beach.
Now we're getting somewhere. By the way, don't feel bad for getting lost. There's lots of tricky turns between here and the highway. Tell you what, instead of me explaining it to you, why don't y'all just follow my squad car? I'll lead you back to the highway.
Oh, that'd be great, Sheriff.
Would anybody like to ride along with me?
I would, Sheriff.
Can I run the siren? Of course. I love that siren.
That southern hospitality just seems to come so naturally.
Life is mighty fine south of the Mason-Dixon line. Like some magic pixie, love smiles down on Dixie.
And when you feel that southern breeze and smell the sweet magnolia trees,
Can't you hear them calling you to where they say you are? That southern hospitality. And when the evening starts to fall, that is the sweetest time of all. When the sun goes down, it's peaceful in each sleepy town. As the night is falling, southern moonlight's calling. And when the stars aglow above, a person's heart may turn to love. That's when you will find that certain southern state of mind, that southern hospitality, that southern hospitality, that southern hospitality.
It certainly has been a quiet week so far.
oh, I really don't mind a quiet week now and then.
I must say, I'm not looking forward to the spring break season.
Me neither. Those college kids go crazy down here.
I see we have a celebrity due to arrive today.
Let me guess, is Bing Crosby coming to make another orange juice commercial?
Did you hear what he said? Bing Crosby is staying at this hotel.
When he sings, I just melt.
Ba-ba-ba-boo.
Excuse me. Will our rooms be close to Bing Crosby's?
I'm afraid you may have gotten the wrong idea.
No. We distinctly heard this fellow say Bing Crosby.
This fellow is Sam, and he's our hotel concierge.
What?
Concierge. A concierge is employed to help guests find things they need.
Well, then help us find Bing Crosby.
Oh, boy.
As soon as we get you registered as guests, Sam will be at your service.
Did I just say this was going to be a quiet week?
Hey, Hey, Lou, this hotel you booked looks very swanky.
How that a lot of famous people stay here.
Lou, are you sure this place is within our budget?
Oh, the regular price would be out of our league, but I got a special deal through the Buffalo Lodge. All I have to do is flash the desk clerk the secret buffalo sign. You remember the secret buffalo sign, don't you, Ernie?
Of course. All you have to do is raise your hand.
Oh, stop right there. It's a secret buffalo sign. We got to keep it hush-hush.
Right, Lou. Hush-hush.
Oh, brother.
Yes. Names, please?
Lou Ralston is the name. Our party of 4 has reservations for 7 glorious days in the sunshine.
Your reservation is listed right here. It says you're from Wisconsin. The National Weather Service said you had another big blizzard there last night.
Oh boy, I love it. All our friends back home are shoveling snow, and we're here enjoying the sunshine.
Here is your room rate. Will that be cash or credit card?
Oh no, it's a stick-up!
No, it's the secret buffalo sign. We heard that Buffalo Lodge members get a big discount at your hotel.
Shall I call the police, James?
Ah, we got you! You should see the look on your face right now.
James is a Buffalo Lodge member himself. In fact, the owner of the hotel is head buffalo of the entire state of Florida. You'll get a big discount.
That sure is a relief, isn't it, Lou?
I think Lou's in shock.
Lou, it's okay. They're going to give us a big discount.
Well, of course they are, just like I said.
Just like you said, dear.
Do you happen to be driving an old car with big tail fins?
Oh, come on, it's not that old. Why?
As soon as you register, would you mind moving it? We have a limo scheduled to arrive soon.
A limo, how exciting. Is it somebody important?
All of our guests are important to us.
Oh, you know what I mean. Is it somebody famous?
Somebody we've heard of.
I'd have to say yes.
You hear that, Lou? We're going to be hobnobbing with a star.
Is it somebody who sings?
Oh, yes. On television and in movies.
Elvis!
No, it's not Elvis.
How about Frank Sinatra?
Oh, these days he pretty much sticks to Vegas.
Here's a hint for you. Think female.
A female who sings on TV and in the movies. I got it. Doris Day.
Nope. Annette Funicello. Who?
You know, the Musketeer.
With the Mickey Mouse ears.
M-I-C-K-E-Y.
Yeah, I get it. But she's a little girl.
No, not so little anymore. She's scouting locations to do a beach party movie.
What is this world coming to?
They do grow up. So you better get your car moved. Annette won't be very happy if her limo can't get up to the front entrance.
Gotcha. I'll go move my old Plymouth right away.
Hey, Sam, what's in the cage?
That's Jolly Roger, our resident parrot. Would you like to meet him?
Well, sure we would.
Wake up, Jolly Roger. You've been napping long enough now.
Oh, he's so cute. Where'd you get him?
An elderly sea captain left him behind years ago.
How old is Jolly Roger?
It's hard to say. Parrots can live a long time.
Can he talk?
Why not give him a try?
Polly want a cracker?
Very original, Ernie.
Okay. Polly want a potato chip?
Hello. Jolly Roger is the name.
Wow, he can talk.
Pirating is the game.
Wait a minute, he can't possibly possibly be old enough to remember pirates, can he?
45 RPM records, cheap, cheap.
Hold on, don't you get it? He's a record pirate, ripping off honest recording artists, pirating their music on cheap knockoff records.
Come on, Sherlock. He may be able to talk, but he's a bird. He must have belonged to some music pirates.
Stereo albums, cut rate prices.
That's it. Hey, Jolly Roger, I bet you overheard those music thieves talking about their dirty deals. Maybe you could provide some evidence on those guys. Ouch!
I'm a parrot, not a stool pigeon.
I bet I could make you talk, you little...
Bernie, leave him alone.
But he's withholding state's evidence.
I mean it.
Oh, all right.
No sign of the Mouseketeer yet, but I made room for her limo.
Oh, Lou, I can hardly believe it. We're really in Florida. When you're traveling out on the road, is your journey a heavy load?
Know you're welcome to rest a while. Find new friendships to make you smile.
Every day's a holiday when you stay with us. Serving you gives us reason to start each day. We're good neighbors and once more, you are welcome at the door. Every day's a holiday. Just relax, friends, and take your ease. Let us serve you, we aim to please. Food and beverage, only the best. Head and shoulders above the rest. Every day's a holiday when you stay with us. Serving you gives us reason to start each day. We're good neighbors and once more, you are welcome at the door. Every day's a holiday. Every night now and every day. Weary travelers come here to stay. Come and join in with all the fun. Swim the ocean, sit in the sun. Every day's a holiday when you stay with us. Serving you gives us reason to start each day. We're good neighbors and once more, you are welcome at the door. Every day's a holiday. Every day's a holiday.
Well, Bridget, here we are, all set for another evening in paradise.
Yeah, right. Paradise Tiki Bar. Are you still looking for that stranger in paradise?
Yes, but believe me, they're getting stranger all the time.
I know what you mean, Candy. Those Snowbirds are going to be out in force tonight.
Don't look now, but speaking of Snowbirds.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to paradise.
Oh, the ocean is so beautiful. I can't believe we're really here.
Relaxing on a beachside tiki bar, watching the sun set over the water. This is the life.
What can I bring you?
Well, on all the travel posters, the tourists are sipping a drink served in a coconut shell with a little umbrella and a straw.
That's right. Do you have any of those?
We sure do. Shall I bring 4 of them?
What do you say, Beth?
Absolutely.
4 Snowbird slushies coming right up.
The ocean is so beautiful.
Look, it's a cruise ship. It's going to sail by right in front of us.
Hey, Ernie, this is your chance to try out that pirate spyglass you bought at the gift shop.
Good idea. Hey, Lou, look at those people on the railing, looking at us, looking at them.
Ahoy, the cruise ship!
Oh, don't be silly, Lou. They can't hear you way out there.
Ahoy, the Tiki Bar. We can hear you.
Sound travels very well on the water.
Hey, what are you having there?
Snowbird slushies.
That's what we're having too. When did you get here?
Just this afternoon. How about you?
We've been on the ship 4 days. The food is great. I think I gained 20 pounds. Oh, you just need to do more dancing. The ship's band played quite a mambo.
You're getting farther away and hard to hear. Have a great cruise.
Thank you.
Hey, Lou, what's all the commotion down on the beach? It looks like they've got a movie camera.
Yeah, and that looks like a director's chair.
Do you think that Musketeer Annette might be filming a scene from her beach party movie down there?
That would be cute. Hey, Ernie, give me your spyglass. It's been a long time since I...
Let me have a look, Lou. Yo! That swimsuit that Annette's wearing looks very proper.
Hey, knock it off, you two.
You're making fools of yourselves over that young actress.
Wait, I think that looks like Frankie Avalon down there with her.
Give me that spyglass.
Oh, yeah, that's Frankie Avalon, all right. And I have to say, his swimsuit looks very proper, too.
That's for sure.
All right, girls, let's just go back to watching the sunset.
Oh, good idea. Oh, if you gentlemen would excuse us for a few minutes, we ladies are going to go freshen up a bit.
Okay, we'll hold down the fort.
Good evening. You gentlemen appear to be friendly. I'm afraid I have an embarrassing situation. They call me Vladimir.
Well, good evening, Vladimir. I'm Lou, and this is my pal Ernie.
We know all about embarrassing situations. This morning, Lou got us lost up in Georgia.
Oh, never mind that. Here, come and join us.
Then you gentlemen will be understanding of my plight.
Well, of course we will. Tell us about it.
You see, it's very hurtful for me to talk about, but here it is. Last year, my Uncle Boris, he passed away.
Oh, we're very sorry to hear about that.
We certainly are.
You see, Uncle Boris had 120 acres of beautiful waterfront property here in Florida. And he bequeathed all of it to his favorite nephew, me, Vladimir.
Well, he must have loved you very much.
Oh, he did! He did! Oh, his dream was to build a beautiful hotel and resort on that property, much like this one right here.
Wow, that sounds great. Why are you crying about it?
You see, he owed back taxes on that property, and it took all the money that I had to pay them. And now, I'm afraid I have nothing left to book passage back to the motherland.
Well, how can we help?
I'm afraid I must sell this property for a mere $2,000. It is worth many more times than that, of course. But until I met you fine gentlemen, no one would listen to my dilemma. So, I will sell you the priceless waterfront property that my dear Uncle Boris left me.
Oh, I'm very sorry to tell you this, but neither one of us has $2,000.
$1,000 each.
I know, we should have been better savers.
$900 each.
Well, I still have some of my bonus money left. Yeah, there's $800, but we'll need a couple hundred each for the rest of our vacation.
Same here, $800.
Sold for $1,200. $200 for you and $200 for you. That leaves $1,200 for me, Vladimir. I hope you will love your Florida waterfront property.
What do you think, Ernie?
I think it's amazing, Lou. We're going to be Florida landowners.
Sign here, sign here. Good. You sign here too also. Good. Another back. Sign, please. Sign. Good. And now, this deed belongs to the both of you.
As easy as that?
Oh, as easy as that.
Wow, this is great.
Congratulations, gentlemen. I thank you. My Uncle Boris, he thanks you. The whole state of Florida, they thank you. Good luck.
Well, that man certainly was in a big hurry.
He almost bowled us over.
He's in a hurry to get back to his beloved motherland.
How do you know that?
Oh, we were just visiting with him. His name is Vladimir.
We did a big favor for him and a big favor for us, all at the same time.
So, what was this big favor you did for him and for us all at the same time?
Well, we cut a land deal.
A 120 acres of Florida waterfront property deal.
We can't afford any deals like that.
Oh, don't worry. Vladimir was in financial trouble, and he practically gave the property to us.
Practically gave the property to you for how much?
$1,200.
$1,200?
Don't worry, we've still got $400 left for our vacation. Lou and I combined, that is.
$1,200?
But it's 120 acres of prime waterfront property. That's just $10 an acre. We could keep a couple acres for ourselves and sell the rest and make a big profit.
So, what's this Vladimir's last name? Did you even ask him?
Well, no, but he signed it right here on the deed. Yes, here it is.
Vladimir Ripoff?
Ripoff Realty?
Let me see that. That's what it says, Lou. And there's nothing about Uncle Boris here.
Uncle who?
Oh, never mind. This deed is absolutely authentic. Look, there's even a map.
It could be a fake deed and a fake map.
According to this map, our land is only less than 100 miles from here.
Well, that's practically next door. Tomorrow morning, let's drive over and take a look at the land we bought from Vladimir, what's his name?
Ripoff.
Never mind that. We're the proud owners of 120 acres of Florida. How about it?
Oh, all right.
What do you say, Beth?
Well, I guess we've come this far already.
Road trip, road trip, road trip, road trip.
Hey, pack your bag now, pack it light. You won't need much, we'll stay just one night. R-O-A-D-T-R-I-P road trip, let's take a road trip. Road trip, a little road trip, we'll stay just one night. R-O-A-D-T-R-I-P road trip. Take a road trip. Take
Babette, mon cher, if I died, do you think you'd marry again?
Oh, you are not feeling ill, are you, Parfait?
No, I feel fine. I'm just wondering out loud, do you think you would, marry again?
Well, I would be lonesome without you. So, I suppose I would.
You would?
I suppose.
But would you let him move into our house?
Well, I would not want to live anywhere else, so I guess so.
You wouldn't let him drive my pickup, would you?
Oh, never your pickup. He don't know how to drive a stick shift.
Good job, Babette. Keep them guessing.
Serves you right, Parfait.
Oh, she's just kidding me, isn't she?
As far as you know.
You see? Keep them guessing.
I remember when Fabri and I were newlywed and we had our first fight. And he says to me, at a wedding, you promise to love, honor, and obey.
What did you say to that, Granny Germaine?
I told him I just say that because I didn't want to start an argument in front of all them people. Oh, Granny, you are a firecracker.
Say, don't look now, but I believe we have company. Bonjour, stranger. What brings you to our stretch of the swamp?
Wow, you sure have a long front path. Sorry to barge in on you folks like this, but we must have taken a wrong turn someplace.
Lou is famous for taking wrong turns.
Don't rub it in, Ernie.
Hi there. We're the wives, Beth and Joanne.
I knew the minute you walked in, you and Lou were married. You are just made for each other. Can't you just feel the sparks?
No, Lou is my husband.
Oh my, you thought, why, the very idea is almost laughable. I mean, I'm married to Ernie here.
Granny Germaine likes to keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing?
Oh, yes, Shirley. Welcome to our little shack by the swamp. However, did you find your way back here?
We just followed this map.
A map? Well, let's have a look.
It's possible that map isn't even real.
Oh, it appears to be accurate enough. As I can tell, this map leads right to that swamp over there.
That swamp?
That's the one.
Lou, you bought a swamp!
But it's 120 acres.
Is there any dry land out there? Anywhere?
Nope, nothing but snakes and alligators.
Oh, don't forget about the big spiders, too.
Oh, I hate spiders.
120 acres of swamp. What have I done?
Well, who sold it to you?
Tell him, Lou. Maybe it's somebody he knows.
His name is Vladimir Ripoff. I know. It's probably just a phony name he gave us.
No, that is his real name. He owns almost all of the swamp, hundreds of acres. He bought it years ago.
Do you have any idea what he paid for it?
$1 an acre.
He sure saw us coming, didn't he, Lou?
He sure did, Ernie. That Vladimir who really took us for suckers.
Oh, guys, don't beat yourselves up. You didn't know.
Right, it does sound like a good deal. 120 acres of prime Florida waterfront real estate for $1,200?
Vladimir Ripoff, what a character!
Let's see. $1,200 for 120 acre of swamp that cost him $120. He sold it for 10 times what he paid for it. That Vladimir is a piece of work, all right.
Oh, Vladimir Ripoff, his name fits him, does not?
Especially when you're the folks being ripped off.
How right you are. But the good news is, you know this guy.
Oh, yes, he's a legend in these parts. Of course, most folks would just soon feed him to the alligators.
You can add us to that list.
Oh, you would have to get in line. And you folks don't look like the kind of people that would do that.
Well, of course we wouldn't. But there must be something we can do about being swindled by this ripoff.
I've got it. Let's get a lawyer and take Vladimir to court. He mentioned an Uncle Boris who willed him the property. Is any of that true?
What a card, Uncle Boris, huh?
Every time he sells some of his acre, he tell the buyer a different story. Sometimes he say he want a property in a poker game.
Oh, sometimes it is a prize in a magazine contest.
The inheritance from Uncle Boris is a new twist.
This Vladimir has a very active imagination, it seems.
This deal has fraud written all over it.
We definitely have a case. Let's get a lawyer and haul Vladimir into court. Hopefully we'll get our money back, and maybe we'll get Vladimir Ripoff arrested for fraud to boot.
That's my girl.
When you know someone is doing you wrong,
Take them to court.
just get on that phone, don't give them too long.
Take them to court.
Get a lawyer, tell him all of the facts. Build a case that he can push to the max. If you want to win, you'd better make tracks.
Take them to court.
If you sign some deal and know you've been had,
Take them to court.
file a big lawsuit, you know you'll be glad.
Take them to court. When your high-paid lawyer gets in their face and confronts them with your ironclad case, you will know that you came to the right place. Take them to court. So if you've been swindled, here's what you do. Take them to court. Let a judge decide what's false and what's true. Take them to court. On the witness stand, each side has their say. Lays it out like some morality play to decide things the American way. Take them to court. Take them to court. Take them to court.
Wow, Lou, this old mansion is really creepy. Gives me the willies.
Maybe we should have knocked.
You read the sign out front. Felix J. Crossbones, attorney at law. Walk right in.
Maybe we're in the wrong room.
Well, there was only one door, and it brought us right in here. But if it would make you feel any better, we could just... Oh! Who are you?
I am Lady Esmeralda, teller of fortunes. My name is listed on the sign at the front gate.
Lou, we should have read that whole sign before we barged in.
You gave us quite a fright. Why didn't you say something right away?
Didn't you hear us?
No, I was in a trance.
You hear that, Lou? She was in a trance. Da, 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 da. Maybe we're in the Twilight Zone.
Hey, quiet, Ernie. This lady's serious.
Yeah, Ernie, mind your Alzheimer's. I believe in that stuff.
Me too.
Well, I don't.
Me neither.
Perhaps Lou and Ernie would like their fortunes read.
Hey, how did you know our names?
Yeah, that's creepy.
I heard your wives call you by name just now.
Come on, guys. Have your fortune told.
Right, it'll be fun. Say, is that a real crystal ball?
It has been in my family, handed down from mother to daughter for generations.
Oh, it's beautiful. Please, tell the boys stories.
Gaze deeply into the crystal ball. Relax. Breathe slowly. Look deep into the ball. I see something beginning to take shape. Yes, it is becoming clearer now.
At least she gets good reception.
Hush, Ernie.
I see the two of you seated at a table.
Well, duh.
Listen to her, Lou.
I see the two gentlemen seated at a table overlooking the ocean. The two ladies are nowhere to be seen. Oh, an unscrupulous fellow is sitting down at your table.
Huh?
He's trying to sell you some property, but it is not what it seems. Oh, the two gentlemen are swallowing the sales pitch like suckers.
Hey!
Quiet.
That was the past. Now we are moving into the present. You are here, etc., etc. And now I'm beginning to see the future. You are going to meet a brilliant lawyer who will represent you in court. Your problem is destined to be solved. Oh, the ball is going dark now. That's all I see. $20, please.
Hey, you never said this was pay-per-view.
Live and learn.
Oh, just pay her, Lou. I mean, she did say we'll meet a lawyer and our problem will be solved.
But she works right here with a lawyer.
He is my husband. Pay up and I'll tell him you need him.
I don't know if I like this whole setup, Beth. This spooky old mansion, that weird fortune teller.
Good evening. Welcome to my humble abode. Please make yourselves comfortable. What brings you to our all but forgotten county seat by the swamp?
We followed a map, and the map was on a deed, and the deed was for prime waterfront property we bought from a swindler named Vladimir Ripoff.
Vladimir Ripoff?
Why does everybody think this guy is so hilarious?
Oh, he's quite the folk hero to the locals here in the swamp.
That's what we learned when we met some of the locals this afternoon.
They're good people. They just have their own style, as it were.
Well, this Ripoff guy told us a phony story and conned us out of $1,200.
And that's not funny.
We thought we'd get a lawyer and take him to court.
Well, I am a lawyer.
Well, that's why we came here.
I thought you came to have my wife tell your fortune.
Well, it did turn out that way, but we walked in because we saw your attorney at law sign out front.
I see. May I examine the deed that he signed over to you? Yes. Do you mind if I take it to my back room for a closer look?
Oh, go right ahead. We need all the help we can get.
Perhaps we came to the right place after all.
What? Where?
She's right behind you.
She is?
What are you seeing?
Just turn around and look for yourselves.
Why are you here among us?
Hello? We're just waiting for your friends to come back?
Oh, I have many friends who would love to come back. Long-time friends.
How many? And for how long?
100.
100 friends or years?
Both!
Wow, my heart is still pounding.
She gave us quite a scare, all right.
Let's just hope that was a woman sleepwalking, right?
I sure hope so. Attorney Crossbones, there was just someone out here sleepwalking? I think you better go make sure she's okay.
My wife and I are the only ones here.
Oh, but we distinctly saw a woman in old-fashioned dress.
Lady Esmeralda, would you come out here, please?
What is it, dear?
They saw one of them.
Oh, goody!
One of them?
One of the ghosts that haunts the mansion. It's quite a privilege to see one, you know.
We'll have to take your word for that. Say, the two of you aren't ghosts, are you?
Hold on now. You're starting to scare us.
Lou, I told you I didn't like the looks of this place.
You snowbirds really crack me up.
You'll never escape! Come on, it's a joke!
Seriously, I'd be more than happy to take your case. Let's expose Vladimir Ripoff for the fraud that he really is. I called the courthouse. Judge Prudence put your case on the docket for tomorrow morning.
Well, that's great, Attorney Crossbones. I'd like to shake your hand.
We never shake hands.
It's a superstition with us. We don't like to be touched.
We have spare bedrooms. You're more than welcome to stay the night.
I'm just an average guy, doing my best to try.
No superstitions in my life at all.
Then the night falls and the owl sings, such foreboding it brings. The mind turns to those things that go bump in the night, things that go bump in the night. See in the light of day, things look a certain way, till shadows lengthen and other worlds call. Then the night falls and the owl sings, such foreboding it brings. The mind turns to those things that go bump in the night, things that go bump in the night. Ooh, some things we know are real, others we only feel. Life or illusion, the difference is small. Then the night falls and the owl sings, such foreboding it brings. The mind turns to those things that go bump in the night, things that go bump in the night. Ooh, things that go bump in the night.
Hear ye, court is now in session. I'll stand for Judge Prudence.
Thank you, Sydney. You all may be seated. Our next case is, let's see here. Yes, Ralston and Straw versus Ripoff. Mr. Ripoff, do you have representation?
Your Honor, I shall be representing myself.
I see. And Attorney Crossbones, may I assume you are representing Mr. Ralston and Mr. Straw?
I am, Your Honor.
Which is which?
I'm Lou Ralston.
And I'm Ernie Straw. Would you like to meet our wives?
That won't be necessary. It says here you gentlemen reside in Wisconsin. What brings you to the Sunshine State?
I object.
Objection overruled. Settle down, Felix. I'm just trying to be friendly with these Yankees. Let's proceed to opening statements. Attorney Crossbones, we will start with you.
With pleasure, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning I will prove, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that this man, Vladimir Ripoff, through false and duplicitous fabrications, did willfully swindle these gentlemen, Mr. Ralston and Mr. Straw, out of $1,200 of their hard-earned money in exchange for 120 acres of worthless swampland. Your Honor, we ask only that you listen to all the facts in the case and make your decision impartially. Then, and only then, will justice be served.
Thank you, Counselor. Mr. Ripoff, may we hear your opening statement?
Thank you, Your Honor. My dear friends and neighbors, most of you have known me for many years. Some of you may even have purchased your property from me. Ripoff Realty. I am a simple man. I am an honest man. And I shall prove, what did Attorney Crossbones say, beyond a reasonable doubt? That the transaction between myself, Mr. Ralston, and Mr. Straw broke no laws.
Thank you, Mr. Ripoff. We will proceed to testimony. The plaintiffs and the defendant have provided a complete list of witnesses for this case. The witnesses have been duly sworn in. Attorney Crossbones, you may call your first witness.
I call Mr. Lou Ralston to the stand.
Remember, Mr. Ralston, you have been sworn in and are under oath.
Wow, this is kind of scary.
Just try to relax, Mr. Ralston, and answer Attorney Crossbones' questions.
Not afraid of me, are you, Lou?
Well, to be completely honest, you do scare me a little. I mean, last night we began to think maybe you were a ghost.
Order in the court.
What do you mean, a ghost?
Well, you can hardly blame us after we saw that sleepwalking woman who wasn't there.
Now, Lou, please tell the court, in your own words, about the land deal you made with Mr. Ripoff.
It was just like your wife saw it in her crystal ball. He sold us some worthless swampland.
Hold it right there a moment. I need to consult our stenographer. Shirley, did the witness just say crystal ball?
He certainly did, Judge Pruden.
I just had to make sure I heard that right. Please proceed, Counselor.
Now, Lou, think hard. Why did you make this deal with Mr. Ripoff?
We just wanted to help him.
Well, I must say you're certainly helping him now. Strike that last comment, Your Honor.
The court will disregard Attorney Crossbones' remark.
No further questions.
Mr. Ripoff, would you care to cross-examine the witness?
No, thank you, Your Honor. He's doing fine just on his own.
The witness may step down.
As my next witness, I call Mr. Ernie Straw.
Remember, Mr. Straw, you are under oath.
I cannot tell a lie. George Washington said that.
Yes, we know, Ernie. Now, Ernie, please examine this deed carefully. Is this the deed that Mr. Ripoff signed over to Lou and yourself?
Indeed it is. Get it? Indeed.
Try to focus, Ernie. Your Honor, we enter this deed as Exhibit A.
The court recognizes the deed as Exhibit A.
Now, Ernie, please tell the court, in your own words, how Mr. Ripoff sold you this property.
Well, first of all, he claimed that he just lost his Uncle Boris. He seemed really down in the dumps about it. I mean, my heart went out to the guy. And secondly, he said he was selling prime Florida waterfront property. There are people in Wisconsin that would kill for that. Excuse me, Your Honor, that was just an expression. I didn't really mean that.
We understand. Please go on with your testimony.
Good, okay. Let's see now. And, oh, where was I? Oh, and thirdly, the price was right. I mean, $10 an acre for waterfront property in Florida? Who could pass that up?
Your Honor, I don't think we all heard that. Could you please have the stenographer read that back?
Shirley.
Now, where was I? Oh, and thirdly, the price was right. I mean, $10 an acre for waterfront property in Florida. Who'd pass that up?
But at some point you realized this was not a good deal, right, Mr. Straw?
I realized it as soon as my wife started beating me up about it.
I object.
You can't object. You're his wife.
All the more reason to object.
Please sit down, Mrs. Straw.
Do you have any more questions for the witness counselor?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Ripoff, would you care to cross-examine?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Straw, isn't it true that you bargained me down $800 below my asking price?
That's true. You were asking $2,000, but we talked you down to $1,200.
So, you could say, quite honestly, that you pulled off some very sharp bargaining.
I guess you could say that.
And this was for waterfront property.
But it's a swamp!
Outbursts like that will not be tolerated. Another interruption like that, and I will have the bailiff remove you from the courtroom. Right, Sidney? Please answer the question, Mr. Straw.
But it's a swamp.
And how did you know that?
Well, we drove over there and looked at it.
And when you looked at it, what did you see?
Water.
Louder, Mr. Straw. We all did not quite hear that.
Water?
Ah, so, without a doubt, by your own being, you saw waterfront property.
I object. That's a statement, not a question.
Sustained. Only questions are allowed, Mr. Ripoff.
I shall rephrase. So, without a doubt, by your own being, you saw waterfront property?
Yes, I admit it. It was waterfront property.
No further questions.
But...
Attorney Crossbones, do you wish to redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Straw, you may step down. Do you have any other witnesses, Mr. Crossbones?
No, Your Honor.
Then the court will take a 10-minute recess. When we reconvene, Mr. Ripoff will provide his defense.
All right.
Well, guys, don't look so glum. I mean, you both did pretty well out there.
Right, you're doing your best.
This testifying business is a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
That's for sure. It's hard to think with everybody hanging on every word you say.
At least you said the truth. If you were to lie on the stand, the judge would not hesitate to throw you in a slammer for perjury.
My gosh, Lou, one wrong word and we could be working on the chain gang.
Stop being so melodramatic, Ernie.
That's right. We're gonna come out of this deal okay, aren't we?
You will win our case for us, won't you, Attorney Crossbones?
After all, your wife saw in her crystal ball that everything works out just fine.
Of course we will. Vladimir probably thinks we don't have a ghost of a chance. But we still have the winning spirit, don't we?
Ghost of a chance? Winning spirit? Did you catch that, Lou?
I sure did, Ernie. This whole deal gives me the heebie-jeebies.
All right. Circuit Court is back in session.
Be seated. We continue the case of Ralston and Straw versus Ripoff. The defendant will now plead his case. Mr. Ripoff, you may call your first witness.
I call Granny Germain.
Remember, Granny, you are under oath.
Of course.
Now, Granny, how long have you known me?
Your whole life, boy. Why, I was a midwife who delivered you. I held you up and spanked your little bottom till you took your first breath.
Okay, Granny, okay. So you watched me grow from a little baby to a little boy?
You were a real stinker. But I always admired your gumption.
So you could say I was an imaginative little boy.
I object. I fail to see the relevance of this line of questioning.
Your Honor, it couldn't be more relevant. I'm trying to establish a pattern here.
Objection overruled. Continue.
So, you could say that I always had an active imagination.
Land sakes, yes. Oh, the stories you would tell. But you always bend the facts every which way.
I object.
You can't object to your own witness.
I can't?
No.
Okay. Granny, could you say I could have been a writer of fiction novels?
That for sure. But I couldn't have read any of them.
And why not?
I can't read.
So you could say lots of folks around here who cannot read.
Your Honor, I must object.
I object to your objection.
You can't do that either, I think. Oh, Granny, just go ahead and answer him.
I forgot the question. That lady over there read real good. Have her read it back to me, if it please the court.
Oh, surely it does. Shirley?
Would you say there are lots of folks around here who can't read?
Well, I have to say hardly anybody in these parts can read.
So, the people in the swamp, they value a good storyteller.
That for sure. And Vladimir Ripoff, you the best there is.
No further questions.
Cross-examine?
No, Your Honor.
You may step down, Granny. It says here you have just one more witness to call. Your choice is a bit out of the ordinary, but I will permit it. Please proceed.
The defense calls Mr. Vladimir Ripoff.
Did you know about this? Yes, I did, but I didn't want to upset you. Look at the bright side. This way I get to cross-examine him.
Remember, you are under oath.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Well, that would be a first for him.
This is ridiculous.
Order, order. There will be no further outbursts in my courtroom. Please proceed, Mr. Ripoff.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ripoff, are the gentlemen who purchased property from you in the courtroom today? Yes, they are. Good. Could you please point them out for us? They are sitting right here and right there. Good. Now, Mr. Ripoff, I want you to think back to the evening before last and tell us precisely what had transpired. Well, I was in Cocoa Beach on a business, and I decided to stop by a hotel Tiki bar to relax and enjoy the beautiful sunset. And two gentlemen, the men I just pointed out to you, invited me to sit down. So you sat down with them? Yes. So, you hardly knew them. Why did you sit down with them? Well, the conversation that I had was quite stressful, and they were interested in listening to my dilemma. Now, Mr. Ripoff, I don't want you to go into too many details that might be hurtful, but tell us what happened next. Well, we just started to discuss our financial situations, and the gentleman, quite frankly, wanted to purchase some land from me.
I object!
Mr. Ralston, only your attorney is allowed to object.
I object. To what am I objecting?
You will have an opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Ripoff as soon as Mr. Ripoff is finished questioning him.
Oh, good grief.
What did you just say?
I said, oh, good, proceed.
Well, that is a fortunate thing, because otherwise I would be compelled to charge you with contempt of court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, where were we? Yes. Mr. Ripoff, the two gentlemen were interested in some sort of land deal? Yes, they were. I was trying to get $2,000 to resolve my financial situation, and Mr. Ralston and Mr. Straw were so kind to me. I decided to sell them the property for $1,200. I guess I felt sorry for them because they were from that frozen land, you know, up there, Wisconsin. No further questions.
I assume you would like to cross-examine?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Mr. Ripoff, do you recall telling these gentlemen about an Uncle Boris who passed away recently?
Yes, but it is very difficult for me to talk about.
And yet, the night before last, you talked about it with two complete strangers. Why is that?
Well, they were so kind to me at the time, but now they are suing me. Oh, this is also very hurtful. No.
Do you really have an Uncle Boris that passed away? Didn't you just fabricate that as part of a scam that you foisted on these innocent gentlemen?
No, it's true about Uncle Boris. I have his last will and death certificate right here.
May I see those, please? Note Exhibit B, the last will and testament of Boris Ripoff. And Exhibit C, his death certificate. Both are absolutely genuine and legal. They completely collaborate Mr. Ripoff's testimony.
I rest my case.
I can't believe it.
Under the circumstances, I am ruling in favor of Boris Ripoff. The case against him is dismissed. Congratulations, Vladimir.
Thank you, Prudence. Sydney.
This can't really be happening.
Well, you gotta admit, Lou, the man does tell a good story. Since time first began for woman and man, great tellers of tales can be found.
The false and the true are mixed through and through. Good listeners, come gather round.
You know everyone loves a good story. Everyone loves a tale that is new. All of the folk, both the young and the old. Everyone loves a good story.
With each spoken word, a message is heard. A feeling is stirred in the heart.
The listener's mind a vision will find, and all the good memories start.
You know everyone loves a good story. Everyone loves a tale that is new. All of the folk, both the young and the old. Everyone loves a good story. On down through the years, through laughter and tears, such wonderful stories are heard. The fiction and fact, mixed well with great tact, a treasury of pure spoken word. You know everyone loves a good story. Everyone loves a tale that is new. All of the folk, both the young and the old. Everyone loves a good story. Everyone loves a good story.
It is good to hear you sing again, Chiquita.
Since I have arrived from Cuba, Florida has been very good to me.
And to me as well. My real estate business is booming.
So I hear. You must be quite wealthy by now.
Oh, I'm getting by.
We must be the worst bowling team in the history of Florida. I can't believe all the gutter balls we had.
There must have been something wrong with the links. We've never bowled that badly before.
We were doing okay until Frankie Avalon and his buddies stopped by.
Once we saw Frankie start bowling, we got distracted.
But it was okay, wasn't it?
I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. In fact, Frankie autographed my bowling ball.
I can't believe we lost our lawsuit. Now we're stuck with that worthless swampland.
Hey, come on, Lou. At least we gave it a try.
Right, we did everything we could.
And yet, we're still out $1,200.
Well, let's look at the bright side. We still have 10 days of Florida vacation left before we have to go home to the snow and cold. Let's enjoy it.
You're right. Let's just leave our troubles behind and enjoy the Sunshine State.
Vladimir, I hear you've been buying many acres of valuable Florida real estate.
You hear correctly, Chiquita. But of course, that land is only valuable to me.
Don't turn around, Madge. But that guy that sold you that worthless retirement plot is sitting right behind you.
He's talking to some hot tamales.
No. That's that Cuban singer from the floor show.
Remember what I said I would do if I ever got my fingers around his little weasel throat?
Stay calm, Madge. He's within arm's reach, and we're gonna fix him.
Vladimir, I must tell you, men who live by their wits fascinate me.
Ah, well then you will love this. Just this morning, I outwitted a judge, a lawyer, and 4 snowbirds from Wisconsin.
Oh my gosh, Lou,
There's some guy bragging that he outwitted 4 snowbirds from Wisconsin.
I can't quite see his face from this angle. How about you, Beth?
I can't believe it. That's Vladimir Ripoff.
The nerve of that man! I'm gonna scratch his eyes out.
That's my little Spitfire.
No, wait, Joanne. We need to listen to get some real proof this time.
Everybody, act natural.
You should have seen those 2 men make fools of themselves on the witness stand. And their spooky lawyer tried to get them to incriminate me, but they were clueless.
Oh, it must have been like taking candy from a baby.
Sounds like you're not the only one that got swindled, Madge. He took in some guys from Wisconsin, too.
He must target snowbirds. Shall we grab him now? No. Let's give him enough rope to hang himself.
You see, the thing that cinched him was Uncle Boris's last will and death certificates.
And I'll bet you forged them.
Oh, that's the funny thing. Uncle Boris really did die. That unscrupulous thief. But he taught me everything I know. And he willed me 120 acres of worthless swampland and the tax debt to go with it. That was his sort of sense of humor. But he knew that I would tell some sob story and get some pigeons to buy it from me.
Oh, Vladimir, stop! You are cracking me up!
I'm gonna break him in 2.
No, Lou, we have to get some concrete proof or he's just gonna get away with it again.
Yeah, let's keep listening until we get the goods on him.
If he gets up to leave, I'll tackle him.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get down to business. What do we have to do to keep Fidel working with us?
Well, Fidel told me he is growing bored of Nikita.
Do you think he's talking about Fidel Castro?
And she's talking about Nikita Khrushchev?
Well, I understand their boredom. After all Fidel does is pitch the baseball, and Nikita, he just bangs on his desk with his shoe.
I know. But what are you going to do with a boy like that?
Did you hear what I heard? Do you think they could be spies?
I bet he's a Russian spy.
And she's a Cuban spy. Wow! They're both commies.
Well, Fidel told me Nikita can rekindle their friendship by paying $1 million for this small canister of microfilm.
Whoa, Chiquita, but for $1 million, it must be of something of great importance to the Soviet government.
This canister contains microfilm of certain U.S. top secret military space plans. With these plans, Russia can win the space race and beat America to the moon.
Yep. Shall we grab them now?
Be careful, they're spies.
They probably have guns.
Let's wait till they complete the exchange, then I'll count to 3 and we'll grab them.
Okay, ladies, it's time to go into action.
How about on the count of 3?
1, 2, 3!
FBI! Vladimir Ripoff, you're under arrest for being a spy for the Russian government.
Aren't you going to arrest her for being a Cuban spy?
Why would we do that? She's an FBI agent too.
This is a government sting.
It looks like the con man is being conned.
You again!
And don't forget about me. You swindled me too.
Yeah! Everything is just like my crystal ball said.
Lady Esmeralda and Attorney Crossbones, I can't believe you're both FBI undercover agents.
We've been after Vladimir for some time. That's why we set up our headquarters at that spooky mansion next to his realty office. You just happen to stumble along at exactly the right time.
Does this mean we're gonna get our money back?
No, I'm afraid it does not. Vladimir owes a lot of people a bundle of money. And he's gonna be going to prison for a long time.
Well, it's worth it just to know that Vladimir will be behind bars.
How does it feel to be bamboozled, Mr. Ripoff?
Not good at all!
First, let's just admit he saw us coming. Picked us out like pigeons to be plucked.
Then he put on a phony smile and he conned us all with style.
But now you see the shoe is on the other foot. 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 There are some things up with which we will not put. Yes, he gave us that raw deal. Never thought how it would feel. But now you see the shoe is on the other foot. Told a big sob story, we believed him. Just like lambs to slaughter, we were led. Assured that everything was fine, we signed on the dotted line. But now you see the shoe is on the other foot. 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 There are some things up with which we will not put. Yes, he gave us that raw deal. Never thought how it would feel. But now you see the shoe is on the other foot. Don't you dearly love poetic justice? When the wheel of fortune spins around, he treated life just like a game, thought he'd beat us just the same. But now you see the shoe is on the other foot. 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 There are some things up with which we will not put. Yes, he gave us that raw deal. Never thought how it would feel. But now you see the shoe is on the other foot. The other foot.
I can't believe we picked up so many souvenirs. I just hope there's room in the car for us.
We found so many seashells on the beach, I'm going to start a collection.
And driftwood, too. I'm going to make a lamp.
And we picked so many oranges, we can supply the whole neighborhood.
You know, it really has been a good vacation. I mean, in spite of being swindled.
It has, and at least that con man will be going to jail.
I can't believe he was a Russian spy. I feel just like Bond. James Bond.
Me too.
And we feel just like Bond girls.
You know, it's just a shame the FBI couldn't get our money back for us.
I know just how you feel. That guy conned me out of almost every penny I had in the world.
And besides that, we came in last place in the bowling tournament.
Besides that, though, we had a great time in Florida.
And we're even planning on coming back next year.
I think that's what we should do, too. What do you think, Joanne?
Count me in.
Us too.
We'd just like to say to all of you, you are the best guests we've had in a long time.
So whenever you're back in Florida, we hope you'll stay with us again.
The feeling is mutual. Right, gang?
Right.
Well, if it isn't Felix Crossbones and Lady Esmeralda. It was nice of you to come and see us off, but how did you know we were leaving?
Lady Esmeralda looked into her crystal ball.
Remember when I told you that everything would turn out all right for you?
Don't tell me Vladimir is coughing up the money.
Oh, his ill-gotten gains are all hidden away in secret Swiss bank accounts. Even the FBI can't get at them.
However, someone else you met in the swamp is here to solve all your problems. You remember Parfait, Babette, Celeste, and Granny Germain. Bat and Ernie, you make a perfect couple.
Keep on guessing. It's nice to see you folks again, but why are you here?
We are here to solve your problem. Now that Vladimir is off of prison, I have become a real estate agent.
Agent Crossbones, arrest this man.
I don't believe it. Business as usual?
No, there's a big difference. Parfait isn't selling swampland, he's buying it.
But why would anyone knowingly buy swampland?
I am acting as an agent for an anonymous client that has a use for it.
Would we recognize your client's name if we heard it?
Almost definitely.
Just remember, you didn't hear it from me.
His name, it's a man.
And it's a man with a crazy notion.
He is buying up thousands of acres of swampland to build an amusement park.
Could we, by any chance, be talking about Musketeer Annette's boss?
Oh, yeah, keep that quiet, all right.
Say, Parfait, just how high is your anonymous buyer willing to go? After all, we are talking about prime Florida waterfront property.
But Lou, it's just a swamp. Oh, yeah, that's right. And land values in Florida are going up daily. We've owned it for 10 days now.
I won't quibble. Mr. Dizzy, I mean my anonymous client, is paying a flat $100 per acre and not 1 cent more.
That's 10 times what we paid for it, Lou.
I have all the necessary paperwork and 2 cashier's checks right here. One made out to Mr. Lou Ralston for $6,000, and another one made out to Mr. Ernie Straw in the same amount for a grand total of $12,000.
We're rich!
Badge and all the others who bought swamps for Vladimir will also be paid $100 per acre.
You know, I think it's time that we hit the road and head back to Wisconsin.
Well, that's good, because we've got a limo coming in a few minutes.
To pick up Annette and Frankie and take them to the airport.
Well, thank you, Walt Disney. You know, I think we'll come back again next winter and just see how this amusement park is coming along.
Living the good life, a dream come true. Tropical heaven for me and you. Up north the snow is drifting high, the wind blows cold and that is why we seek the Southland till the winter is through. Living like a snowbird, like those always on the go birds. It feels like heaven playing in the sun, having fun, come along. Living like the snowbirds, to describe it there are no words. We're gonna meet them where the sun is strong, all day long sing a snowbird song. Living like the snowbirds, like those always on the go birds. It feels like heaven playing in the sun, having fun, come along. Living like the snowbirds, to describe it there are no words. We're gonna meet them where the sun is strong, sun is strong. All day long, sing a snowbird song. Cha-cha-cha.